Hello everybody, it's John from DVSL Gamers. Today's game is going to be a 10v10. The DVSL Gamers have their own server, so we can set it up for however many players we want. Every kind of variation that you would expect a server to be set up as. So we set it up as a 10v10 on Smoke in the Water. And because this is a Navy/Marine map, most of us took our Marine decks. So this is my US Marine Corps deck. And as you can see, I have the LAV-C2, which is the command version of the LAV without a turret. So it's slightly like the Aslav for the Anzacs. It's just basically an unarmed LAV. Comes with a 50 cal though. Then command helicopters, the CH-53 with the modified skin that I took off the forums. Really good. Cargo trucks, which I don't use. FOB. So I don't use any of my infantry in this game, but I've got assault engineers in Hueys, Marines 90 in LVPT7s, and also Hueys. Small teams in Humvees, light riflemen in twin Hueys, deltas in Frogs, and I think this also has the skin as well. Yep. Oh, it's ironic that they're army and they come in marine helicopter. That might not make some people happy. Oh well. Stingers in Humvees. Again, I don't use any of these. Lav mortars, Chaparrals, Hawks, and Avengers. M1A1HCs, M60s. Again with the downloaded skin, because the Eugen made one is poo. Navy SEALs in Frogs. Cobras, I call out a couple of Cobras. Lav Scouts, Lav 25 Scouts, Lav 25 FSVs. Don't use any of them. Seahawks, I don't use any of. But I do call out my Cobras, Super Cobras. Again with the Marine skin. I use all three of these. Hornets, Harriers, Phantoms, and Prowlers. And then the Navy tab, which I use everything apart from the CEV, because that, well, it's just not applicable. 6 Oliver Perrys, 4 Hornets, LCUs, 2 Trams, and 3 Lafayettes. So I decided I made a replay for this already, but then I found out to great disappointment that I'd set one of the settings wrong for the video and it didn't record any voice, so I'm having to do it again. So in the first video that I did, I decided to leave it on the neutral view because I think it makes for a better video, especially on this, to show off the graphics and how good it can look, especially if you turn the HUD off and you have all the ships shooting at each other, missiles flying in everywhere, bombs dropping, shit like that. So it looks really good. Right, I'm just going to pause it here. Irvin and Flyboy are going to send some units up to the top there. Sim Chris 745 isn't part of the dogs, but he's played with us a couple of times. Sim, Butchie, and Chris are going to go to the left. Myself, Oki, and Steve are going to come to the right. Dennis, Damenis, obviously didn't go to school. He's going to take hotel. And we've mostly left our FOBs here. Well, actually, most of the FOBs are on the land there. I've left mine here, so it doesn't get hit or attacked. If we lost Echo, well, if we lost Echo we'd be fucked, but if we lost Echo then at least we'd still have some supplies here to fight. I've left my CV back in Echo as well, and so has Ex-Croat. Ex-Croat's played with us a couple of times, but he's not part of the dogs either. So Sim is going to land his helicopter CV well, helicopter with his infantry CV there. And then I'm going to call out ships here, which is quite surprising because I'm not really that big a fan of Navy, but in this one I went balls deep in the Navy, and it was actually fun. Irvin's got 2 Rafales. Didn't know you could get 2. Okay, so I'm just waiting for Sim's infantry to unload. And as you can see, this guy started off with ships. The privateer thinks he's a pirate. So we now have this, and there are 3 of my Lafayettes coming out. In this game, the enemy love their MLRS. Oh, they're transports. Transports with MLRS. That's cheating. Unfortunately for Flyboy, this guy brings up so many tanks and APCs. His little force is unfortunately stomped, so he has to pull back quickly. Alright, Croat's called out. I'm calling out some Oliver Perrys as well. Croat's called out his trams. Boom. It's got good spacing on the ships. One of the things that we forget during this is, well, at the beginning anyway, if a ship explodes, it will affect other ships around it. Some more trams by Oki. They just took out one of the smaller escort ships as well. That's one of the things that we try to do, is these bigger ships need to be supported by the smaller ships, obviously, for air defense. So if you take out the little ships, then it makes killing the bigger ships that much easier. So I've got quite a good few ships here. Oki's called up a couple of his own Lafayettes. One of the things that you need to do if you're fighting Navy, if you have anti-ship planes, you need to call them out all together in a oneer. If you call them out individually, then there's just no point, because the ship's defences like that will just shoot down the missiles. So you really need to coordinate your ships, your planes, to attack the ships. So that's quite a good force. I've called out a LCU as well. The boys need supply. Although that appears to be empty because they haven't modelled any supplies on it. And I don't know why there was a sound of a missile flying, because there's no missiles flying just yet. There is a huge naval battle on the left. I'll try and show that if I can. For now, Butchie and Sim have pushed all the way up into Bravo. However, they do get beaten back severely. But that's a good fight. These guys, yeah, there's 2 guys up here. 3. There's 3 guys up here. So they've taken Gulf for now. However, the lads do get it back. Kraut's called out his own landing ships with tanks. However, these are only armed with dual 50 cals, they're not armed with MLRS like these guys. Some of my own trams coming in for the Mooners, because he's left them unsupported, so nearly killed that one. I'd rather he didn't get his supplies Oki's called out his own trams and hornets. Now, one thing that we didn't notice until after these started shooting was that there are Strela teams on here, so we go through a lot of napalm to try and clear that off. So we're pushing up. They're on the defensive. Now, for some reason, don't know why, they're calling out ships from this side for over here, which is kind of silly. So if these ships had stayed to fight on this side, then it probably would have been a lot harder for us. I mean, we do get beaten back all the way back to here, but then we managed to push forward again. Now, unfortunately, I think this guy gets shot down. Yep. Boom. Double boom. So I've pushed ahead just a little bit further than Oki, but he's catching up. Butchie's pushed back the little attack that was here. You see the bomb craters. Hella armor. It's 40-55s. Although he doesn't have anything to take them on. I don't know what deck he's gone with. Looks like he's gone with mixed. Blue 4 deck, yeah. Sim's taken Abbots. As good as they look against a green background, Abbots are terrible. They could only kill light skinned vehicles. Light skinned vehicles and smokescreen, that's all they're good for. Right, so Flyboy and myself called out some more trams, took down another ship. I lost one of my trams. Another ship dead there. So an Oodaloy, I think. Yep. There goes another Mooner. Now, unfortunately for me, I lose most of my ships here. Like I mentioned before, they are too close together. So I should have spread them out. So that was my own fault. Steve's brought up a couple of his own Lafayettes, Oliver Perry, sorry. And there goes one of my ships. Two of my ships. Three of my ships. There goes all my ships. I've got one little Perry left. Oops, wrong button. CIWS is working overtime on this one. Irvin called out some of his anti-ship Pumas, and Oki is calling up some Baikus. That's my reconnaissance Cobra over there. Because most of our fighting ships have died, I'm retreating my LCU as fast as it can go, and I'm also pulling my Cobra back. Steve's pulling his Oliver Perry's back because there's no point in them staying there. Because these guys have just called out some big ships. That is a big ship. That's not so big. That kind of looks like a World War II destroyer, but that's a big boat. Got some more Hornets coming in there. Not sure if they're mine. However, the missiles got intercepted. And he's trying to chase Steve. However, one missile killed both of them because they were too close together. And Steve manages to get his Oliver Perry back. However, it gets a really, really big missile in its arse and explodes. Boom. Unfortunately. Much napalm is dropped on this island to kill the stingers. Steve brings out a Tomcat, which is engaged in the MiG-29, shoots him in the face, and then he gets shot down by Steve's Super Hornets. There's lots of seaplanes, right, ASM planes, and the Udaloy goes down. Because this guy, so many schmells. Later on they bring more in. Now because they bring in these helicopters, I do bring in, not just yet though, because of them I start to bring in my Super Cobras. However, because they have so many planes, my Super Cobras normally fire off both sidewinders before they can get anywhere near the helicopters. They are MLRSing again. I think the target is the LCU. They fire so many missiles or rockets to try and hit the LCU. It's a pretty little line. Right, so Dennis is holding his own. I think he's just defending. I don't know if he has any intention of trying to attack. However, his SAS are going to get bombed. And so is his Stalwarts. So Steve brought up his Chanceries. Oki's bringing up another Lafayette. There's my first Super Cobra. That's the first enemy player to quit. It'd be good if you could get them to land on the ship. Somebody's F-111G getting shot down just as it's about to disappear. Oki's still napalming the shit out of this little island. So is Flyboy. Oh no, he's going to hit something else. Hopefully these. Yeah, bombs away. Lost one of them, but unfortunately for nothing. Lots of ships coming in, killing off the Tarantul. Killing off 2 Tarantals. Oh, they brought out... That's sneaky. That's actually a good idea. These pesky little things coming back again. The missile looked too big for the helicopters to carry. Oh, somebody's plane just crashed there. Did they manage to hit anything? Yeah, they got this one. Not sure what that was. Right, so my LCE is now dead. Peace Rounds came in, killed one of the Strellas. However, they got one of the Peace Rounds by the look of it. Unless there was only one to begin with. These landing craft with their dual 25mm cannons are bullying this AMX-10, who's stunned. Dennis has put some more SAS back into there, and he's moving for unarmed Noahs. Not sure why. The enemy are pushing forward into Bravo. Can't tell if these have infantry in them. However, that Saxon's about to die. Big overkill. See if Butchie's toe can get anything. Nope. Can you get that? Nope. Finally! Can you get the other one? Yes. Just before the infantry did. Ooh, 3 shots, 3 kills. Nice. Four for 4. Infantry got that one. No, smoke obscured him. No. That wasn't so bad, I guess. 8 missiles, he got 4 kills. 50% accuracy, so yeah, that's not so bad. Dante has, I wouldn't say sneaked, but he's pushed his landing craft around the side. Being engaged by all 3 LAVs. Helicopters. These things are fucking tough. So I've called out my Harriers. These have the downloaded skins as well. So again, it's a lot better than the originals. However, most of them did survive, well 2 of them survived at least. They got IDS'd. 2 armor all around, apart from the top. So very, very tough little landing craft. We've got a cap flying over our ships. These things actually, I didn't show it because I was too busy looking at the Lynx toe. But these ones actually shot down my Super Cobra. And Dennis is possibly going to lose his SAS again. No, they stunned the Su-24. His SAS lived for another few minutes. They got a reprieve. X-Krat is playing with fire there. My Harriers are coming out again. And boom. Enemy planes foolishly coming over our ships. These are Su-25Ts, as you can see. They are not anti-ship planes. They're anti-tank planes. 102, very, very lucky there to get away. Foolishly gun running the ships. Lots of FJB-40s. Fortunately, they run into Urban's Fallschirmjäger 90s, so they don't last very long. SAS and the Mistrals having a go at the Mi-24Ds. 1 missile, 2 kills. SAS stunning, panicking these. However, they did manage to kill off the Mistral squad. And the SAS are now out of stingers. He does have a couple of Stormers, so hopefully they can shoot down the last one. Right, some more planes coming in. Bombers. Bad choice, getting killed by my Hornets. And I've called up a couple more Cobras. Oki's called up some more reconnaissance. And some napalm. Napalming the water. Lots of Shanghais. That just exploded. Don't know what that was. Irvin's almost losing his Rafale. Croat went for the Zhangju, which is damaged, and he lost his tram. Irvin's playing with fire there. Just letting his Rafale fly over too close. And also the FRF, which is engaging the MiG-29. Hit it. Oh, but died. Right, my Harriers came back in. They killed one of the transports in the water. Nothing else. My LCE was panicked. So unfortunately that's not resupplying anything. Right, so Oki's now landing infantry on here to make sure that the enemy can't. And his helicopters are GPMGing the ATGM squad there. Stormers being engaged by the ships, unfortunately, and the Fallschirmjäger 90s have found all the FJBs. Oh, supported by the Panther. I didn't see that originally. And an IDS. Don't know why he's asking for help, they're only FJBs. So these guys have lost 2. Managed to kill all of them. That was the guy who was using bombers to attack the ships. Because these guys have run out of Sidewinders, I clicked land, even though they was over here. And this was the first landable patch of grass that they could find. So I am bringing in one of these. There goes Privateer. He was the first guy to try and engage us with ships. Oh, you can actually see the cockpit display. They can model that for something that they can't see, yet they don't model in extra gunners for things like the Rover Pinky. So they have invisible moving guns, or invisible crew. That makes no sense, guys. These guys are still pushing down quite strongly with their ships. Dennis hasn't really done much. He's just kind of thrown up a line and then stopped. Irvin's managed to capture a fob, and these guys are sat next to it, not paying attention. Big line of ships. These Pohangs unfortunately get stomped later. And Butchie's calling out some more ships. So is Chris. Chris has called out his SDRB 90s. Flyboy has a lot of ships there that aren't actually doing anything at the moment. My Hornet's coming back in. I can't remember what the target is. The Tarantulas. Boom. Some TY-90s coming to engage something. I'm not entirely too sure what. Because they sure as shit can't shoot at the ships. SC-27K taking one on the nose there. I've got 2 Harriers left, by the look of it, unless the other one's damaged and repairing. So I unfortunately lost one to the ROM. Poor dude. So this guy, whoever has, it'll be this guy here, unless he's quit already. So he's going to be charging privateers, landing craft down. Super Cobra's taking one of the U King. Oliver Perry dying, unfortunately. And they get napalmed. Because of the napalm, blocks line of sight from the Super Cobras to the Schmells. He's engaging with his gun. Oop. Because he's doing that, I actually pull him back. Getting a little bit too close for comfort. The old saying, if you can see the enemy can see you. If you can shoot at him, he's going to shoot right back. So I pull them back and maneuver them around the burning water. So now they can both engage with their Totus. That was a good hit. That was another good hit. Killed their Schmel. That was good hit, almost dead. And he gets finished off by the Lafayette. So my LCU is damaged and empty, so I'm pulling him back. Flyboys pull and ex-Croat pulling their ships forward, so is Butchie. Oh, a couple of kills there. One more there. What's that? Nanushka. That was a fast firing gun. Very good visuals. Got an LCU in, oh, had an LCU in the middle. Here's one of the enemy. Now, if these guys had pushed harder on land, especially on this side, then they might have gotten further. But because they didn't push on the land, it let us dominate on the sea. Got another Harrier coming back in. Missing. Unfortunately. Come on, dude. So I'm manoeuvring him to come round again. Some more napalm dropping now. And he missed again, so he does a gun run. Doesn't kill anything though. And he's now evacing because he's Winchester. Steve's little Totus get themselves a kill. They kill the Mooner. These are my remaining Oliver Perrys. Oh, that just appeared out of nowhere. Boom. Oh, I think that was a ship that's just been called in. So as you can see, we've won on the sea here. So I'm just moving my Oliver Perry forward, just to countercap this, stop them from calling in any more ships. Now, I don't know how many are left of the enemy at the moment. The Harrier is in again, but gets shot down by the Pew Pews, who in return are hopefully shot down. Or one of them got killed. Get the others. Oh, I'm going to say that was almost dead there. So that was that. That was a very good game. I actually enjoyed that, despite it being naval. So, yes, very good game. it always helps if you can coordinate with your team as it is. I don't know if many people actually look at the radar to see what's happening around them. I didn't do too badly. 670 plus. Always a nice win for me. The guys did very well. No comment. Steve's on holiday now, so he probably won't see this. He's gone to Turkey. Lucky sod. Dennis, because he didn't attack, he's just defended. He did very well. And that was that. Total victory. Okay guys, if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave below, and see you next time. Bye bye.